Okay, so today we have Manuel here, and he recently was able to get two offer letters back to back. They're both remote. And Manuel, can you share how much each one is and then total in terms of the offer letters?
Right. So the first one that I got that was for 106 thousand
Okay.
per year with with bonus, sign-on bonus. The second one was for 100,000 even. That's no bonus, but you know, both being fully remote, which I like. So, I don't have to go in nobody's office, and I can be in the comfort of my own home.
Okay.
I can go to a lounge area and in a cafe and work, stuff like that. So I don't have to, because most of the um because I was getting constant like recruiters reaching out to me, constant. It was like back to back. I was like, whoa, this
Wait,
is
wait, so let's talk about that real quick because there's people that have problems even having a recruiter, reaching out to them or they're applying the jobs and they can't even get
Mhm.
like any traction. So how were you able to get recruiters reaching out to you back to back? That's to some people that's like a blessing.
So I would say, being constantly active on LinkedIn, tailoring your experience to when I'm in cloud engineering,
Hmm.
AWS cloud engineering, been um constantly just like keep being active on, what you're doing, even side projects that you're doing,
Hmm.
post those up on LinkedIn. And yeah, like I said, tailoring your experience to AWS cloud engineering, and those recruiters will definitely contact you.
And
Definitely. It's not a, it's not, it's very real. It got to the point where I was getting annoyed because I'm like, I still work, I was still working my regular job. I'm like, you know, um, I can't be on the phone like that. I mean, there's like good downtime at my job that I'm at now, but I just couldn't be on the phone constantly stepping out where, my coworker's like, yo, you good? Yo, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just, I'm handling business. So that's that's how it was, man. It's cool. It's a good feeling, but it can get overwhelming at times. I can't even lie.
so you were at the point where you have recruiters reaching out to you to the point where it was annoying, correct?
Yes.
And I've said this multiple times in different videos, but that is a skill set so do you feel like we kind of helped you to learn that skill set, to learn the systems, to learn how to, create everything, how to brand yourself to get recruiters to reach out to you within the 1% University?
Yes, most definitely. In the program, it definitely showed you, how to market yourself, where instead of you applying to a job, because I was doing that and rejection after rejection after rejection, right? And but it's a different type of thing where, recruiters are reaching out to you. You're not doing the chasing, they're chasing you because you develop the skill set, which your program, you teach it, and it's a wonderful program and everything. Um, and where people are just reaching out to you, and the ball is like in your court now, instead of, you chasing after them, basically.
Okay, and then so let's take it a step back. So, you know, tell me about yourself. Like, what were you doing before you got into cloud engineering? Like, what was your career like?
So, before I got into cloud engineering, I was working, corporate security, security guard, and um, I was so let's backtrack a little bit. I like a few years ago, I was trying to get into tech, but I was like running around with my head cut off like a chicken, like where to start. So I started. trying to break in to get into blockchain engineering.
Mm,
That didn't work out, I really didn't like it because you got to code, and I'm not opposed to coding, but I'm not
hmm.
coding is different, a different beast.
Different beast. Hmm.
So yeah, so then I was like, never mind blockchain engineering. Let me try cybersecurity. Now, I got certifications. I got two of them. I got the Security Plus and I got the CISA Plus. Now, I'm listening back then. I'm listening to people online, and all you need is a is the
Security
Security
plus.
Plus,
Hmm.
and you can get this job, and they'll be as bold as to say they guarantee.
Hmm. Hmm. And
That's
you don't have to say specific names. So
I ain't saying no
yeah.
names, man, but look, however you
You put the
you
pieces
do your
together.
thing and get your money, that's how you do it. I'm just being real with it, man, and um, they'll go as far as to say guarantee. There's no guarantee that you're gonna get this and that.
Mm,
Now, I did have like two or three cybersecurity um engineering, I mean cybersecurity interviews. So I was getting contacted on LinkedIn about that, but it wasn't to the level of how I'm getting now. I was barely getting contacted by
So,
recruiters on LinkedIn. And
so just to be clear, there is a process that you did. First off, you heard online, hey, to get a cybersecurity job, get your Security Plus. You got your Security Plus, you got another certification, and you had two interviews,
Mhm.
and you were barely getting traction from listening to that advice. Alternatively, there was this program that showed you how to market yourself and brand yourself, and you were able to get back to back to back to back recruiters reaching out to you to the point where it was annoying, correct?
Correct.
And so, what do you think was a better advice? Learning how to get a certifications to get traction, like recruiters reaching out to you, or learning how to act, learning the skill set itself to get recruiters to reach out to you by knowing how to brand yourself? Which one would you say, from your experience, was a better experience?
Excuse me. I'm gonna definitely say learning the skill set and knowing how to market and brand and market yourself. Um
And why do you say that?
it's like night and day, man. Like you know, certifications. Look, I'm not knocking no certification. If you're gonna get it, get it. But you know, you better know what to do when while you're getting the certification. You just can't just get the certification, think, yeah, I'm free.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get, a job in tech or whatever, field of tech you're trying to get into. And that's far from the truth, man. Maybe it's worked for some people. I don't know. It didn't work for me. I only can speak from my experience. What you taught definitely worked for me. Because like I said before, man, before I was like lost, in how to break in, and I would go to a lot of like, tech events and network, and even that did, I'm not opposed to networking, but that didn't work neither.
Hmm.
So, your method definitely worked. I just had to, you know, keep at it, stay with the program,
So,
and
why do you feel like the method that we teach here at the 1% University worked for you? Like, why do you feel like do you feel like it's like like if somebody was to learn the skills that we teach, the skills that you learn, do you feel like they would have a result of like it not working for them? Or do you feel like, of course, with time, they learn the
Mhm.
skill set, do you feel like they're, first off, why do you feel like it worked? And then do you feel like if somebody was to learn the skill set, it would work for them too, or not work?
So I feel like it worked because one, I kind of already was dabbling in the tech field, right? I was I built out little small, you know, projects and VS Code and everything.
Mm,
So I had a base knowledge of tech, right? And even a base knowledge of cloud engineering, AWS specifically.
Mm,
So I didn't I when I joined the program, I was like, all right, I kind of not everything, and they went deeper. Like I didn't know about Terraform,
mm,
right? I didn't know you can automate this and you don't have to click manually in the button and to create, what you're trying to create. That's what I was doing before.
mm.
So once I learned that, I was like, oh, you can automate this? I could do this in 10 minutes. I don't gotta, you know, um,
Hours.
it was to do an hour or two or hour and a half to and finish doing what so that definitely changed the game for me. And and again, I'm still learning. Learning doesn't stop for me. I'm still learning. Still in the classes with Felipe, and but definitely this helped, this worked. But again, you have to like stay focused, stay consistent, and you have to have a level of faith, man, and believe that this will work. Um, a little bit of my experience.
I was about to
I
ask
kind
about.
of wavered a little bit because, I was like getting impatient, nothing's happening. I almost borderline gave up. I was like, man, I'm gonna go and because I live in New York. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go and get me a city job. I'm being serious. But then on those jobs, you gotta be you gotta be on there for 20 years and to wait for a pension. And I'm not knocking no city job. I'm not knocking anybody's career or anything, but I really didn't see that for myself, man. And I was like, let me just stick with this, program and let me just be patient, you know, and just uh follow my path while on the program because everybody's even in the program, everybody's path is different. We all do trying to get the same goal, but everybody's path is this. Some people get jobs quicker than others. Others, it takes them a while. It takes them a while to grasp the concepts of, AWS and things of that sort. So,
So do you remember that call we had? I think it was a FaceTime call. I think you had joined the program. You were a couple months in or 2 months in. I can't remember exactly.
hmm
Um, but I
hmm
remember talking to you, and I was like, I felt like it's a weird feeling. It's like I know that, like I personally know if somebody was to take this serious and go through it, you'll get an offer letter. Um, more
hmm
to be more exact, you'll get the skill set that's required to consistently get offer letters. I want to really, really say that
Yeah.
clearly. And I remember on that call, I was like, I felt such a feeling. It's like I really want this for you. And I could tell from what you were telling me, like you like the program, and I was just envisioning the future that you could potentially have, and that's where we are today. And
Yeah.
so, do you remember that? Do you remember that call we had?
I do remember it. I do
You
remember.
remember some of the stuff I was saying on the call? It's okay if not.
Um, Not everything, but I do remember saying like how again, like how easy it was. Like this stuff ain't hard. Now I will say it's a lot to remember,
Hmm. Hmm.
it's a lot to remember.
Hmm.
Like I don't even I mean I know more than what I knew before I joined, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
it is a lot to remember, it's a lot to grasp. Once you get it, I'm telling you, this is not hard. This is easy. I feel like I could teach this to my mom, and my mom is like 69 for real, and my mom is like 67. So, you know, this is not, it's really not difficult. That's what I remember on the call. I remember like, yo, this is easy, man. I didn't know you could do, especially that Terraform, man. That really changed the game. I love Terraform.
I do too. That's one of my.
You could,
Go ahead.
yes, because look, if you know one cloud platform, you could just train. You could, because what I notice is like a lot of recruiters, a lot of these companies, they're looking to see if you got multi-cloud too. If you know Azure, if you know GCP and even Oracle, but the main one is AWS.
Hmm.
Um, but if you know one cloud platform, you could you could start learning all the others. And then if you know all the others, and it's the same concepts. It's nothing different. Maybe different setup, left layout, and all of that, but it's the same thing. It's not anything different.
And so real quick, let's take it a step back. You know, do you remember the role you were doing before? Did you have a job? Did you have a role?
And
And then,
what?
like before joining the program?
No, I didn't have I mean, I was doing security, working a
Okay.
regular security job.
And then ballpark, do you remember how much you were making from the security job?
Um, so roughly 60,000.
Okay, so you went from 60,000, was it on site, obviously, correct?
Yeah.
So
On site.
$60,000 on site to now $200,000 remote. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And so so have you ever made this much money in your life before?
No, I haven't. Nope, I haven't. And then once I got the offer letter, I'm already envisioning what I'm what I'm gonna do with the money. I'm serious. Nah, I'm already like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. But no, seriously, no, I've never made this much money. And I'm just like, excited.
So I want to be super clear. You went from $60,000 working on site, driving to your job Monday through
Mhm.
Friday, wear and tear on your car, prepping the night before, right? Maybe
Mhm.
meal prep, maybe you have to get your suit, right? To now you can now wake up and you're at work. So you're at $60,000 on site, to now remote $200,000 a year, correct?
It's correct.
And the process that you did, you went the route of going to, oh, get your certifications, get your Security Plus. You went that
Hmm.
route, right? And I see it online every day, make people making content like, hey, get your Security Plus. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I went to college, got my IT degree. I got my Security Plus, I got my A plus, and I got my CCP, AWS CCP, and the result was Uber Eats $10 an hour. So you was actually doing better than me when I did all this.
Hmm.
But what got me to that $500,000 a year, 25,000 dollars a month after tax, was learning three skill sets. And I say this is what I teach in the 1% Cloud Engineer program. There's three skill sets. Number one, AWS Cloud Engineer tech stack and hands-on experience. Number two, how to brand yourself, how to get recruiters to reach out to you consistently to the point where it's annoying. Number three,
Yes.
how to sell yourself, how to communicate effectively that positions yourself as one of the top candidates on any job interview. Manuel, do you feel like what I say online in terms of the skill sets that I teach people, me and my team, we teach people within the program, do you feel like you've actually learned those three skills?
Yes, I have.
Are
Yes,
you
I
sure?
have. Definitely. What was that?
I said, are you sure? I'm just messing with you.
No, yeah, nah, yeah, I've definitely learned these skills, man. Look, man, I I would say that I'm a genuine guy. I think, you're a genuine guy. You truly want to help people and see them in a better position. This stuff works. It really works. Like, I didn't really, you know, like I said, prior to me joining your program, I had a few tech interviews, about two, three, and that was it. But this right here, it really changed the game for me. And let me say this too. I have friends like that I know personally. Like one of my friends, he's a software engineer. He's been doing that for like about a good 10, 12 years. But we worked in retail together in our early 20s. We're in our 30s now. So that was back then. We was making like, shit money, but and he would tell me like, recruiters would reach out to him all the time and you know, uh he revamped his LinkedIn and everything. He's a software engineer.
Hmm.
Now back then I didn't really want to get into the tech industry. I wanted to do something different. But, fast forward, you know, I say I'd say the year 2020, 2021. around that pandemic time, I realized, I want to try something different, maybe let me try tech. And, like I said, it's been a journey. It's been a long journey, but I'm here. I'm glad I'm here. Your program worked. And yeah,
So I want you to like, I don't want you to say something because it sounds nice. You're not going to offend me if you say,
yeah,
it sucks. Like I want you to, I want you to be as honest as
nah,
possible. Um,
yep.
you ain't gonna hurt my feelings. But
Nah.
um, and number two, thank you for sharing too as well. And just to go back, when you were working security at 60,000 a year, where did you feel stuck? Like, what was the ceiling that you kept on hitting, and how long have you been there?
The ceiling, like, what do you mean the ceiling?
Like it could be like an income ceiling, like you want to make more money, but in the security, you're kind of stuck, or maybe you want to like work remote, but you're kind of stuck. Like where did you kind of feel stuck in, whatever you were, whatever you wanted?
I think it was the income ceiling more so for me. Because I live in New York City. It's very expensive here. But the security job that I was at, shout out to them. My coworkers were cool. So I didn't really, work didn't feel like work like that, but I was like, man, I need to make more money, man. This ain't the money I'm making ain't gonna work. I want to, and then I want to have, a little bit of work-life balance too, even the remote thing. I was like, I want to work remote because I knew people that worked remote and, they would uh job stack, or if not remote, they worked hybrid.
Mm,
So I was like, how can I get to that level and make, more money? How can I get to that goal where I don't have to, you know, come in to an office, and work, or at least not every day in an office and, while getting paid a pretty good salary and, also having time to do the things that I love, spend time with loved ones and friends as well.
mm. And how did you first hear about the 1% University? Like what made you actually stop scrolling and like pay attention?
Yeah, so first time I think I came across you on Instagram. Yeah, and so first time I did an interview. I don't think I joined the first time because I was in another program. Um, and that was like a year-long program, and their classes was like 4 hours. It was a cool program, it was for data science. I learned a lot there. It was cool.
Mm.
Um, but I didn't get a job with that neither after the program was done. So right after it was done, I was like, let me spin the block. Let me,
Wait. So you did that program and you finished and you didn't get a job, but
Mhm.
you did this program and you got two offers,
Yeah.
making $200,000 a year remote. What do you feel like what was missing from that program that we have here?
Um, I think that they weren't showing you how to brand yourself.
Mm,
I think that was the main thing that was missing from the program. It was a decent program. Like I said, I learned data science, yeah, in that, and that was cool. But the branding part, it just didn't work. Like they didn't show you that, and so, I didn't have any recruiters reaching out to me or anything like that. So, it's like the program was, all right, you're done, and you get a little certificate and that was it. So
what about like selling, like how to communicate the technical experience that you gained from that program? Did they like have a process for that?
they had a little bit of that. But I don't think they had it like on the level that you have it, that your
Mm.
program has.
What do you mean?
So
What do you mean by that? Like when you say level, like on
like just yeah, just trying to, just articulating what like the skills that you did, especially in the action steps. You
mm-hmm.
tell us that, like, you in the action steps, you have us um read the material, go over it, but also after action steps, there's a little project that we have to do, right? So it's like,
Mhm.
talk about that in your interviews. And I'll go as far as to say, because I was doing like, even after I was finished the action steps and everything, I was building out doing like side projects with the help of AI. I built a trading bot,
Mhm.
and boy,
Mhm.
that's a different type of thing, that and I'm using paper trading money for that. I'm not using my own money, and that's crazy. But um yeah, so and I built a like a NBA data visualization thing with AWS. So I was like, I took what I learned at that other program, little data science stuff, but I also took what you learned, I mean, what you taught and everything, and combined the two, and I built that. And so other little side projects too. I built quite a few. I can't remember them all, but I would go as far as like, like I said, learning doesn't stop. Build your own projects out as well, and post them up on LinkedIn.
So that I want to stop. So real quick, you built a trading bot and you built other projects, side projects that you
Yes,
learned that you were able to do because of the material, the skills, the tech stack that you learned from this program, correct?
correct.
And then I remember you were talking about the things that was missing from that program, from this program, the things that was missing, like how to brand yourself, and then you said we kind of
Mhm.
have it at a different level in terms of how to, sell yourself on interviews. Do you feel like those things were key contributing factors to you landing two offer letters at $200,000 a year combined?
100%. 100%. If I
Mhm.
didn't know that, then I probably wouldn't be able to get those roles,
And
you
and
know.
what would you say to somebody going down the route of like Security Plus or going through another program that something similar that you went through where they don't teach you those skill sets? Like what would you tell your past self if knowing what you know now, being where you are right now, what would you tell that person? What would you tell your past self?
Focus more on so what this is what I would tell my past self, and I'm being totally honest.
Hmm.
Number one, stop listening to everybody on social media. That's number one,
Agreed.
you know. Because look, man, everybody ain't genuine. They trying to fill their pockets, all right?
Hmm.
Trying to
Hmm.
get you to join whatever, but they ain't, and they go as far as to say they guarantee. I don't believe in that. There's
Hmm.
no guarantee,
Hmm.
none of that. So, I just got to be honest with that because I experienced that.
Hmm.
But also what I would say is focus more on learning the skills to make yourself marketable
Hmm.
and have people reach out to you, not you chasing, not you doing the chasing.
Hmm.
Um, and if you want to get a certification to add on to your expertise of what you built,
Hmm.
that's also cool. And then, so that's definitely what I would tell my past self.
And um I want you like this is recorded, and even before I started the recording, I said, be as honest as possible.
Hmm.
And I want you to still remain as honest as possible. You're not going to hurt my feelings. This is going to help people and whatever answer that you say. Based off of you going through this program, based off of even though you don't know me on a personal level, but from what you can pick up from working with me and my team, um, how do you feel about me as a mentor? Did you feel like, I was like, hey, buy my program? Or do you feel like I was like, hey, like I gave you guarantees, $500,000, you're gonna make that? Like did you feel a level of anxiety or a level of security, like safetyness, when it comes to like actually investing inside the program and then also working with us, me and my team? And there's no wrong answers.
Yeah, so I did feel a level of security. And I'm not just saying this because you know what I liked about what you said? This you said there's no guarantee. You can't guarantee anything.
Hmm.
That's what I like. I was like, see, this is an honest guy. Yes, he's has a program.
Hmm.
If you follow the steps on what to do, um, your chances of landing something will probably be higher, but he's not guaranteeing you anything.
And did that,
There's
was
no
that true in
guarantee.
terms of what I said? Like I'm teaching you skill sets to increase the probability of you getting an offer letter. Was that
That's
true?
100% true.
Are you
100%
are you sure?
positive. 100%. Like this no cat. It's a for real. Like is that I can say is 100% true. Your probability of landing a role will definitely be higher, but there's no guarantees. Like you have to do your part,
Hmm.
you have to do your part. You have to be in the classes, and you have to uh reach out to the other people and they're there to help you as well, your fellow students, your fellow classmates. They're there to help you if you don't know anything. Or if you just got, questions like, there's a few people that I ain't gonna name their names, but there's a few people that I contacted in the DMs and everything and about, you know, um like people that got offers, like, how's it working? Because I never did this type of work before, and I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. When I start, I'm like, I don't want to have that thing called what they call it.
Imposter
I mean,
syndrome.
yeah, that imposter syndrome. So I don't want to
Hmm.
have, I want to just, you know, ease the nerves because the
Hmm.
start date is approaching. So, I don't want to go there and look crazy, but um. Definitely, man. I'm just excited and you know,
Well, I
so
want to just congratulate you. And I mean, like, you put in the work and your life has changed forever. And it's not because you were able to get two offer letters for $200,000 a year remote, by the way. You can work anywhere, depending if, US, outside US, if it's government, et cetera, et cetera. But it's because you were able to put in the work, you were able to sacrifice, you were able to take risk. Even when you invested, I'm sure you were nervous, you were fearful because it's the fear of the unknown, but you did not allow that fear to overcome you. You said, let me go ahead and take this risk. This is an investment. Every investment has risk, but
yes,
if you were able to actually get the reward of it, not because of the money, you're at $200,000 a year right now. More importantly, is
yes.
because you got the skill set. And
Hmm.
even if you were to lose so if you've lost your job, do you honestly believe you can get another one? And yes, tell me why. And no, tell me why. If no, well, tell me why.
Oh yeah, most definitely I could run it back because um, you know, I would just implement the same steps you've been saying. I
Hmm.
would do it, you know. Again, learning doesn't stop now that I just got these two offer letters. No, I'm gonna still be active in the in your program in Slack and everything, still communicating with people. So even if I was to lose these, these two offers or two jobs, I could definitely. I have the confidence now that know that okay, I got these skills. No one can take that away from you once you
Hmm.
know that. And
Hmm.
so, I would implement the same
The same play.
play. The
The same
same
play.
play. That's it. It's the same play. It's no, don't, it's nothing different. It's the same play.
Okay, and I know you've seen different students in the program. They don't mind saying me saying their name. Isaac, $1.5 million in offer letter. Christopher,
Yeah.
he got
Yeah.
$1.1 million in 7 months. So
Yep.
knowing what you know now and having this skill set, do you actually understand why they were able to get back to back to back to back to back to back offer letters? And do you feel like
Yes.
you can get back to back to back to back offer letters from the skill set that you possess?
Definitely, definitely. So earlier today, I had two recruiters reach out to me and they talking about next steps,
Wow.
for an interview. So and I was see, this is the thing I've been talking about. I was outside running errands and I'm like, phone's ringing, like, oh man, so that's it's so funny because it's I never had this happen to me before, but it's so funny because it's like back to back to back. So, the recruiters are still reaching out. They
Mm.
still reaching out, still being annoying.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So,
Ain't it so what do you feel like would have happened if you did not invest into yourself, did not invest to learning the skill set? Because you've tried another program, you went the Security Plus route. Do you feel like you
mhm.
would still be stuck from that income level at $60,000 a year? Or do you feel like, like from right now, do you feel like you would still be there if you did not invest? Would you say it was yeah, so let's start with that.
Yeah, I think that I would still be stuck, trying to figure it out if
Mm,
I did not, take that risk and invest, money into this program and to learn these skills. Yeah, I would say I would still be, trying to figure it out,
hmm
how
hmm
to do this, how to do that, and oh, I'm gonna join this program, I'm gonna join that program. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, join another one. That's how I was doing it before,
mm, mm,
and I was not getting the desired results that I wanted to get where it got to the point where I was like, maybe this field isn't for me, and maybe I should go um a different route. So I'll tell you a story last year. I'll say a year and a half. I was I was gonna I took the test for Capitol Police
Oh
out
wow.
there and yeah, and I passed uh the test. I just had to go out there for an interview and everything, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't see myself being no policeman. I would have did it out here if I would have did it in New York, man. So I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to
Okay.
do it. I want to still keep trying to get where I need. If this guy, I was like, I was determined, man. I was like, look, man, I'm a guy that I want what I want, and that's that. I'm gonna go after it, and that's that.
Okay. Okay. And you know, you invested in yourself. It was a it was it ain't cheap, but you invested in yourself and you took that risk. And I want to, when you decided to invest in yourself and join the program, like, how did it feel? Like, be honest, like, what was going through your mind?
I'm
Fearful?
sorry, you broke up a little bit.
I said,
Say
when you
that again.
decided to invest in yourself and join the program, like, how did it feel? And I want you to be honest, like, what was going through your mind?
Oh man, bro.
Like, fearful? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, a little bit. I heard fearful. You asked me if I was fearful of joining the program.
Yeah, no, I was saying, like, when you first decided to invest in yourself and join the program, like, how did it feel? Like, hopeful, fearful, like, just be honest in terms of what was going through your mind.
A little hopeful and fearful. Hopeful meaning that, I'm learning a new skill and everything, and you know, let's see where this takes me. Fearful because I've been through this before and I didn't get the results that I was looking for,
Mm,
So, but now I was like, as time went on the program, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is all right. This is a different type of person. This wasn't like other programs that I joined. And I'm not just saying that just because we're we're live. No, I mean that, because clearly I'm living proof it worked.
okay. Okay. And why did you say yes, even though, you felt a level of uncomfortability? Like, what made you pull the trigger?
because I was still determined to get my desired result and my desired goal. I was still determined to, you know, get in this field and, you know, my why was pretty much, I want to make a good amount of money with a good work-life balance where I can enjoy my life,
Mm.
at the same time I'm working, but I can enjoy my life and, family, friends, and also do the things that, that I'm passionate about as well, like hobbies and everything like that. So that was, the main reason, you know, of my why basically.
And that determination, that why, do you feel like that was required? Like that was an ingredient, an element that's required to actually get through the program and get the results that you've been able to get for yourself.
Yes, yes. You have to have a strong why of
Mm,
what you're doing. You can't just I want to, you have to, why do you do what you do? Why do you want to do what you do? What's the end goal here? What's the purpose?
hmm
That's that's I think that's anything in life, you have to have a reason why you're doing what you're doing. So, yep.
And so I want to say this, and I say this in almost every video, you know, I just want to show the world and show people what cloud engineering has done in my life. I went the degree route, the certification route, and I was stuck driving Uber Eats at 2 a.m. in the morning. Right. I was so broke, I had to ask my mom for gas money to do Uber Eats. And so I'm saying this because I did one path and it did not work, and I did another path and it did work, which was cloud engineering and the system that I learned to brand myself and how to sell myself on interviews. And so that's what this program teaches, those skill sets. We do not promise offer letters, right? When
Yeah.
Manuel joined, we did not say, hey, in 3 months you'll get an offer letter. I don't know if you're going to get an offer letter, but what I do know is that we teach skills, and people who take advantage and utilize those skills, these are just their results. This is Manuel's results, which is $200,000 a year. And so there's other programs. You do not need to join my program. There's YouTube University, okay? But if you do not have that determination, that why, that Manuel said, do not join this program. Like we're very selective on who we choose. And so because we know the type of person that can actually go through our step-by-step blueprint to learn the skill set. And Manuel, did you feel like this was like a step-by-step blueprint to get the skills?
Yes.
Did you
Step by
feel
step blueprint.
did you feel like a
I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna say, did you feel I always say like we make it very simple that even a fifth grader
Mhm.
can understand. Do you feel like that was a lie, or do you feel like that was true? Like a fifth grader can
No,
understand?
definitely not a lie. Like, really, like, my nephew just turned like 12. He could probably learn this. And I may teach him this, to set him, because I didn't have nobody my age. Well, I don't even think cloud engineering was around when I was 12, but definitely I might, instill it in them like, hey, maybe you should look into this career field, but definitely if, like you said, a fifth grader could learn this, it's not hard. It's really not. You just gotta just follow the steps. That's it. One,
And
two, three. That's it.
and so if you're the type of person that's like, hey, I want something quick, overnight, get rich quick, this program is not for you. But if you're that type of
Mhm.
person that's like, I'm willing to commit, I'm willing to invest in myself, I'm willing to overcome fear, that feeling of investing, because there's risk, there's the fear of the unknown. If you're looking for a step-by-step blueprint, we have a program to guide people step by step. If you are interested on applying to see if you qualify, go ahead and click the first link in the description below, and me and my team will reach out to you and show you the next steps. If you do qualify, like I said, we don't just accept anybody. Okay, but like I said, there's YouTube University, there's other programs. This is just what we teach here, and these are just some of the results of some of the students that's gone through this program. And Manuel is a testimony, a testament to that. Right now, he was able to collect two offer letters, $200,000 a year combined, and this is just the start. And so, once again, if you are interested, go ahead and click the first link in the description below. And so now, I want you to, like I said, be honest. And I know you've been honest, but I just want to emphasize that.
Yeah.
Would you say your experience in the 1% University was not as good as what you expected, as good as what you expected, a little bit better than what you expected, or just way beyond what you imagined? And any answer is fine.
It's definitely better than what I expected. Yeah, man. I would definitely recommend somebody to join this program. No hesitation, but you also teach other things, like for example, investing. You teach that. I like that part. And once I see now, it's like, oh, he doesn't. This is you teach different, a lot of different stuff. It's not just cloud engineering, and it's other stuff on, like, how to make money to grow, have your money grow and make
Hmm.
more money. So yeah.
Okay, okay. And so, um, you know, what would you say is like one big aha moment or mindset shift that you've had since being in the program?
One big aha moment. That's a tough one. Um, One big aha moment. I need an example because I don't really know.
So for
One big.
me, okay, honestly speaking, like there's a couple of fires, even, that's why I was like 10 minutes late to this call. But there's a couple of
Mhm.
fires that I'm currently going through, like in growing the business to, we're trying to impact millions of lives on a global scale. And
Mhm.
so, um, one big aha moment that I learned was, give me one second. One big aha moment that I learned was every fire is a blessing. Every Because it puts you in an environment where you're forced to either rise or fall, to either grow or go back or fall, right? And so, you know, when I look at failures, I look at it like a blessing, or it's like this is what's needed for me to become a gem or to find a gem or for me to grow to get to that next level. And so this is something that I learned from my mentor and then through experience too as well. And so that's like a mindset shift, right? And so like what do you feel like was an aha moment for you that kind of helped you along your journey?
A aha moment that helped me along the journey. Hmm, uh, um, a mindset shift or aha moment that helped me. I would say, like, one, me just wanting, results, and I would say, like, I just got tired of going through the ringer of what I
Hmm.
was doing before. So I think that was, once I joined this, I was like, okay, that was really the aha moment. Like, how to, you making the steps so simple, and also, like, from how to brand yourself on LinkedIn, how to, how to automate using Terraform in AWS, all of that. So I would say that was my aha moment. But when I joined the program, and because once I'd say this, like, once I seen the results that I was getting, I was like, what the hell was I doing in the past? I
Hmm.
wasn't, I was just looking crazy, listening to everybody else on social media and everything. So, I'm just, happy that I did this. And I invested, I took the risk, and, here I am with two offer letters.
Mm. And so do you feel like for the rest of your life, money will never be a problem for you because not because of the offer letter, because that can go away, but do you feel
Yep.
like for the rest of your life, money will never be a problem because of the skill sets that you learn from this program?
No, it'll never be an issue now,
Why do you say that?
because I'm, even though I got these offer letters, I got start dates. I'm still having these recruiters reach out. I'm still going to be learning. Learning doesn't stop. Um, yeah, so, but once you have that skill and, you know, it's like, for example, like LeBron James playing basketball, you can never take that skill away from. Yeah, he's older, but he still could play, right? So,
Mhm.
I mean, you can never take that skill. The man has that skill for life, and I think that he could go after he's retired. He could go off and teach this to other people that's trying to do what he do. So, yep,
Okay, okay. So for the rest of your life, money will never be a problem. Do you actually feel like you can make $500,000 a year with the skill sets that
yeah,
you have?
yes,
I mean,
yes.
because that's what I say online. How
Mhm.
like how to make $500,000 a year step by there's a video on my YouTube. So that video, I mean, pretty much it's the program that you join, but the program is in detailed. But are you saying what I'm saying online is true to what you have received in terms of a skill set to make whatever money that, you know, let's say 600,000. So once again, do you really, really, truly believe you can make $500,000 a year? That's a lot of money.
That is definitely a lot of money. And yes, I do believe that I can. Because not only do I have the skill set and I know what I'm doing, um, and I know what to do now,
Hmm.
thanks for the help of the program, but other people in the program have done it, you know, and that gives me, motivation and, encouragement. Like they did it, why can't I? What's different about they doing the same thing I'm doing,
That same blueprint.
the same blueprint. So if they could do it, I could do it. Their path may look a little different, mine's
Mhm.
too, but still, it's the same blueprint. And if they could do it, then I definitely could do it.
And so do you feel like that blueprint was like step by step? Like you had a checklist, step one, step two. Like, do you feel like it was just like that, $500,000 a year, step by step?
Yes, step by step. Yep.
Okay. And last question, if somebody's watching this right now and they're in that same spot you were in making, let's say $60,000 a year, feeling stuck financially,
Mhm.
maybe nervous about investing in themselves, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, check out Tails program.
It don't gotta be my program.
Listen, listen, look. All these other people guaranteeing and they people I've heard stories. I'm gonna just keep it at that. But with these other pro
Yeah,
but
yeah, people are funny.
um what I would tell them is, learn a skill set that no one can never take away from you,
Mhm.
and that even if you was to lose your job in that particular skill set, you could get another one because you got the skills now. And you want to be on the side of people chasing you, not you doing the chasing.
Mm, mm, Okay. And I want to say this over and over and over again. I say this on all my videos. You do not have to join my program, realistically. The reason why I do this is because I want to teach somebody like my past self that was looking for something like this because I wasted a lot of money on BS. Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C. Can't even see the other cert. There's a lot of other programs that I invested in too. And they just
Mhm.
did not have a step-by-step way to get to where I wanted to go. That is why I wanted to create a program that does that. I could be making a lot more money and working less, not doing this, to be honest. But I'm doing this because I know that there's somebody out there that truly needs this. For example, Manuel, you went through this program and this was your results. Imagine if you joined two other programs and you had the same results as your other one that you didn't get an offer letter. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And so I'm saying this to say I'm doing this because I know what's out there in the market. I know what's being told in the market. Imagine you're like a very you like to help people, and then you went through a lot of bullshit, and then you see the one gem that worked, and then you want to just put people on and share people like to the masses like, hey, this is not working. This is not working. Okay, this is skills, right? Let's go ahead and use the skills because there is a hidden agenda for actually telling people to get your security plus, but the end result was no offer letter, right? Imagine CompTIA is a company, right? It's just my own theory, maybe a conspiracy theory, but I think that they're telling people to get this certification. Maybe it worked before in the past, but it's not working right now. But the notion and the propaganda is to still tell people to go for college degrees, go for certifications because they think that equals
Hmm.
job and security, but that equals Uber Eats at 2 a.m. in the morning, from my experience. At least I had some McDonald's fries I was stealing in the bag. I'm kidding. But it's just to say, like, there is a step-by-step way of actually getting what you want. It's just someone telling you and showing you step by step how to do so. And it does take time. It does take work. It does take money, a lot of money to invest into a program, like in terms of like my team that I took my time to vet and create, right? Because, I pay them, there's a whole team, there's et cetera, right? So I knew that, okay, this is worth it to put in a lot of time, energy, money into building this resource called the 1% Cloud Engineer Program to help somebody like me that needed it. And so, um, you don't have to join this program. There's other programs. Honestly speaking, there really are other programs. And there's YouTube University. You can go whatever route that you want. I just want the world to know what Cloud Engineer has done for me and what it's doing for my students because it's something that changed my life. Right? I was able to take care of, my parents, myself, like, and it's not, is it hard? Is it rocket science? Man,
No, it's not rocket science. It's
right?
it's it's very easy. A fifth grader, like you always say, they could learn this. Definitely not hard, you
And
know.
so
If you
I want
just
to just go ahead. No,
No,
my
I'm
bad.
saying if you just you know, follow the blueprint, follow the steps, you'll be all right. It's definitely not hard once you grasp the concepts though.
Okay. And so once again, if you are not that type of person that's willing to be consistent, that is willing to overcome fear and challenges, because you're still going to do that in the program. Okay. If you're not that type of person, I'm telling you, don't, like you'll waste your time seeking to work with us, right? We do qualify people, but if you're that type of person, like this has to work or it has to work, there's no other option. Okay, I'm willing to follow a proven step-by-step system to get a skill set. I will never say online or anywhere in 3 months, in 6 months, you'll get an offer letter. That is a lie. No one on earth can predict when you'll get an offer letter because the hiring manager is the person that makes the decision. Hey, I want to choose this person to give him an offer letter. So it's illogical to say in 3 months you'll get an offer letter to anybody. No one knows. The only thing that we do know, I am at the company in me and my team is we can teach a skill set to increase the probability of you getting an offer letter because now you have recruiters reaching out to you to the point where it's annoying. You actually learn the skills and build the projects, and you know how to communicate that in an effective way on interviews that actually solves the company's problem, which is a skill set. The end goal of having that skill set is to increase the probability of you getting an offer letter. And Manuel, once again, do you feel like you've gained that skill set and it actually increased the probability of you getting an offer letter?
Yes,
Right. And so
100%.
I've said this over and over again in different videos and different testimonial videos too as well. But you know, no one can guarantee you an offer letter. There's only skill sets that you can learn to increase the probability of you getting an offer letter and to make it easy and to have that confidence that you can get another offer letter and you can get another offer letter. Anybody watching this video or anybody on Instagram Live right now, if you lost your job right now, can you confidently get another offer letter, 6 figures remote? That is a question you need to ask yourself. And if you don't know how to systematically do that, that means that you do not have an effective skill. The skill set is more important than the actual offer letter. Your skill set is more important than the actual money that you're making. Because if you have the skill set, you can always get offers. If you know how to ball like LeBron, you can always make buckets. Okay. And so that's pretty much it. Is there, I want to leave with the 1% gem. Manuel, what would you say is a 1% gem that you can give to anybody listening to this video or on Instagram Live right now? Um, and a 1% gem is just an advice, a tangible advice that they can use to get closer to their financial goal.
I would say, believe in yourself. Know that you can do this, whatever your goal is, whatever you want to do. But follow if you know, if it's a blueprint, follow the blueprint. Um, Stay focused and motivated, and you'll be all right, man. That's it. You'll be all right if you just do those steps, you'll be all right. And
Okay.
then you'll definitely get closer to your goal, man.
Okay. And so once again, if you're interested in seeing if you can work with us, we do have a qualification process, it's an application process. But click the first link in the description below if you're interested. You do not have to. There's I say this all the time. There's other programs at YouTube University. We're only looking for a specific type of person that's ready to work so that they can put the time and energy into the step-by-step blueprint to learn the skill set. Okay. If that is not you, do not click the first link in the description below. And there's other options too as well. You don't have to go through my program. There's other options, right? And so once again, congratulations, Manuel. You went from $60,000 on site to $200,000 remote. That's almost tripled your salary. No, 60, 120. Wait, wait, hold on. Oh my God, I didn't even realize. That's you three extra salary, like 3.2x.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't do the math, but yeah.
So what you about to do with the money? I need to hold a dollar. I'm just messing with you. Nah, you that's kind of crazy. That's actually crazy.
Yeah,
That's
what
actually
I'm gonna do, um, I, I'm, you know,
I got
with
money
more
to
money comes
blow.
more comes greater responsibility. So you gotta like,
Yeah.
I definitely will because I already been investing. I'm definitely gonna keep investing my money. And
Hmm.
now I just got more money to invest, and see my money grow. So that's the plus.
And you're going to get to a point where your money is making money for you to the point where you don't even need to work a 9 to 5. Okay. And now
Mhm.
that you're making more money, you can get there faster and your money is working harder than you can. And at that point,
Yes.
it's when you create something called leverage. I've learned this from my 7, 8, 9-figure mentors. Like it's something called leverage. And now you created a system where now you pretty much just bought back your time, meaning you do not have to trade time for money anymore, and now you got time back to now spend it on your family, on traveling, on whatever you want, and you got money too as well. And so so that's what we're about to give you access to junior year, which is a bonus, how to use money to make money for you. So as we're speaking right now, my money is making money for me, right? Because I learn a skill set, investing, and a system systematically to get my net worth increasing automatically, right? There is a skill set and a system to install, and it's not rocket science. Just like you learn cloud engineer stuff, it's not rocket science. It's the same thing with knowing how to use money to make money for you to create wealth. It's just someone showing you how to do it. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, we got people on IG saying congratulations on the $200,000 a year remote. So, I mean,
Tell
honestly,
them I said thank you.
hey, he said thank you. I know you
And
got
tell
it.
them that, yo, they'll get there if if they I'm gonna just say if they join your program. Nah, but no, but if you follow the steps, your chances of getting there will definitely be high.
And do you feel like if somebody took this program serious, like, I mean, they took it serious, like it has to work or it has to work. Do you feel
Mhm.
like, what do you feel like? based on what you've seen in the community with the different offer letters, let's say they join and they don't even know what a hard drive is. They don't even know what an IP address is. What do you feel like? And I want you to just project simulation in 6 months or in 12 months. How much money do you think they would make if you join 12 months ago and you're like it has to work or it has to work 12 months ago, let's use 12 months. How much money
Mhm.
do you think you would make? It has to work or somebody, it has to work or it has to work based on what you know and what you've experienced here at the 1% Cloud Engineer program.
Yeah. Say that one more time though. 12 months.
Yeah, 12 months from now, how much money and offer letters you think somebody can conservatively gain from the skill set that they've learned from this program, based on what you've seen with
Yeah.
different offer letters inside the community?
700. I've seen crazy numbers. 700,000. I've seen 1 million in offer letters. I'm like, damn, like it's like what you getting offer letter every other week or something. So
Yeah,
I
it's crazy.
mean, it's I've seen crazy numbers, like real crazy numbers.
And I want to be very transparent. I don't want to sell a dream. Even though that is a reality, Manuel can is testifying to that what he's seen in terms of actual offer letters that other students have gained. That will not happen to you if you are not committed. That will not happen to you if you're not willing to take that risk, to actually commit and put your time and energy into a proven system that that allows you to learn a skill set. The only reason why Manuel was able to see those crazy offer letters in the community is because those students has decided it has to work or it has to work. They were willing to invest in themselves. They were willing to overcome fear that came with investing in themselves because they don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if you're going to take it serious. But I do know that everybody that's gained this skill set, I don't even have to speak. If you go to my Instagram, and I'll put a link in the description down below, on my highlights, you can see not even every student, but some of the students that's gotten back to back to back to back to back to back offer letters. And it's because of that skill set. And so I'm just saying this because, you know, yes, $700,000, $1 million in offer letters, it's crazy. But I don't want to sell a dream. Oh, this guy got $1 million in offer letters. Buy my course. No.
Right.
No, we're not doing that. The reality is they had to have it in their brain. This is my why. This has to work or it has to work. There's no other option. Like you really do have to have that mindset. If you don't join the program because I don't want you to waste your time and money. You wouldn't even get that far because we qualify people, right? And so even though I want to show people what's possible, what's a reality for some people, but I also want to be realistic. That will not happen to you if you don't have these elements, right? And so I want to make these videos to be as transparent as possible. And so when you're getting into either my program or other programs, you have a realistic expectation of what's required to actually achieve success and what that looks like for you. It could be 300,000, it could be 500,000. We have Christopher, his goal is $1 million a year, right? And so everybody's definition of success looks different. But I want people to understand the reality of what's required, right, to actually achieve that because you do have to give out to receive, right, the skill set, right? And so once again, Manuel, I'm about to, end the video, but is there anything else you want to share to anybody watching this or on Instagram? Yeah, you could say enough because you said it all already.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else. I'm just, excited that I joined this program. I'm seeing real results. I'm living proof. So I'll definitely recommend this course to anybody that's, listening right now on the live. And yeah, just, you know, give it a shot.
Okay. And once again, if you're interested in seeing if, we're a good fit to work together, the first link in the description below, go ahead and click the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.